Hey guys, I'm back. Just a little information. Someone was asking me why I changed my format, went back to like the car style. Um, I used to do videos where I put in little clips about facts and things like that, and they've been shutting me down. So I had to go a new format. And so what I do is I give you guys a little bit of information on what I know based off of research, and have you guys go and look for it yourself. Uh, it seems like any time that I post anything with any direction on where to go to research things, it's caused an issue. So it's pretty much on your own. If you want to research what I'm telling you, go ahead and do it. Like I've said many times before in my earlier videos, I do this for personal therapy so I don't go crazy. Because, I mean, this stuff, it's irritating what's going on. So today I want to talk about debt and some of the things that have been going on that are not even constitutionally right. And the first thing I want to talk about is income tax. Did you guys know that income tax was supposed to be a temporary thing to help fund the country and to pick up the economy back during war? And of course, as you can see nowadays, they decades later, they're still taking out income tax. So it wasn't as temporary as they claim. And the reason why I brought that up is because there are a few things that have been posted since 2020 from our new political administration. They're claiming are supposed to be short term. And in case y'all haven't noticed it, here we are 2022 and it's still going on. It's not going to be short term. That's how they sneak things in. They get us to agree to something, believing it's only going to be temporary, and then they keep it going for as long as they could extort money out of us. And a lot of this stuff is exactly that, extortion. And what people don't get is they don't care about your money. They don't want your money. They want actual wealth, your property, your land, anything that is set up as a homestead or even just recreational. They just don't want you to own land. They want control of every grain of dirt. So with that, let's talk about some of the things that have been going on since 60s, 70s that go against our constitutional rights. One thing, medical expenses, they're skyrocketed, especially in this country where they don't have socialized medicine. And so they could pretty much raise the rates on anything. If you don't believe me, have a child be born premature and all the stuff they go through. I mean, at the hospital, you get charged, I think it's like $30, $45 for formula, where in the stores they're expensive. Like an 8-ounce can's like $7 to $14 depending on where you go. So medical is pretty much an extortion. And the reason why they're able to extort is because everybody's going to need medical attention eventually. And it's not even really a science. People don't realize it. Everything they based as far as research on medical is done on a curve. Because every individuality is, everybody's different. Your DNA and my DNA don't mash, I mean, yeah, there are things in there to where you can link things together and create new life, stuff like that. But on a medical issue, your stomach issues are going to be different than my stomach issues. They might have a common thing, but the cures will always be different. So it's pretty much a science experiment that you volunteer for to make yourself better. With the debt issue, though, at one point in time, medical was never allowed to be put on your credit, which credit is a totally different other story. I don't want to talk about that right now. But credit was based around what you could pay for things that you purchased. Medical was never supposed to be on that. It's been within the last, I think, 35, 40 years that they started putting it on your credit. So you got that. What does title loans and child support have in common? Daily compound interest. If you take out a title loan you get daily compound interest on that loan in between payments. Child support, if you're in the rearage, that rearage has daily compound interest. Now, both these technically are illegal, but it's been going on for a long time. So that's something for you guys to check out. Now, when it comes to child support, I want to clear some stuff up with people, especially like your mothers out there that are receiving child support. And I've heard it numerous times, they're like, oh, he's a deadbeat, I only get $50 a month, blah, blah, blah. I hate to break it to you, it's going to hurt your feelings. But if you're getting $50 a month, then he's paying his child support. It's just whatever he's paying, because that daily compound interest, they're going to take a percentage of what he's paying out, and you get what they deem is fitable for you. And the only reason why I know this for a fact, and I'm not mad, I'm not stressing out the fact, I mean, yeah, I know it's illegal, but in order to put it into it, it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of money. And a lot of people just don't do it because they ain't got the ambition or the resources to put it into it. But, like, I pay way over $700. Well, I can't say way over, but I spend in between $700 and $800 a month on 2 kids. Now, I owe rearage on my oldest son. So I get daily compound interest on that. Now, like I said, I pay almost $800 a month for 2 kids. My ex-wife, for my oldest son, gets $50 a month. And she's one of those basic white girls that are pitching a fit. Oh, he's not paying his child support, blah, 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 blah. Where I got paper proof of what I'm paying. And what I'm paying on her account and what she's receiving, there is a monstrous difference. And, again, so all your mothers out there be like, well, he's only paying $50. No, he's not. He is not. He's just getting screwed, and it's part of the plan. They're going to make it look like it's on him when it's actually their program that's doing it, because they got to get theirs. They got to stay afloat. You get what I'm saying? Now, the biggest issue I have with income tax is when I was growing up, if you were underage, they couldn't tax you. But nowadays, you got 16, 17-year-olds out there working their butt off, and they're losing half their paycheck to income tax. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is taxation without representation. They're not old enough to buy cigarettes. They're not old enough to own a house. They're not old enough to even sign up for the military and die for this country, but they're going to take taxes from them. That is completely unconstitutional all the way around. Now, taxes are kind of unconstitutional, but as a society, we learn that, we pay into some taxes will keep things afloat. But the problem is those taxes, that's where the real dirty work comes in. And, I mean, we started the Boston Tea Party over taxes because it got outrageous. And it's fixing to go back to that again. They're fixing to tax us on every bloody thing. Minimum wage. Minimum wage is, how do I explain this? Everybody pushing for minimum wage to be $15 an hour. All you're doing is driving up the cost of everything else. It's going to get to the point to where a 20-ounce bottle of soda is going to cost you $12 to $13 if you guys keep pushing minimum wage. If you want to be able to afford your produce or your products or your entertainment, then you don't want to raise minimum wage. You want to lower it. And nobody understands that concept, because all this information that I'm telling you guys, it's out there. You can get that information. But no one's going to teach you this stuff freely, because a lot of these people don't want you to know. Like big corporations don't want you to know a lot of things, especially when it comes to your fundamental rights. That's why with like the whole mask mandate thing, they try so hard to like bully people. Well, you got to do it or you're going to lose your job, blah, blah, blah. They really can't legally enforce such a measure. They're goes against your fundamental rights. So anybody that tells you that daily compound interest on your child support is legal, it isn't really. And you could get out of it, but it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of resources. So if you want to put into that, you got to do all that. The income tax thing, again, the only way that's going to change is if we step up and do something about it. Every bit of this problems we're going through in 2022 can be fixed if we all stick together and stand up and say, okay, we're done. You guys played your little game long enough. Y'all made your billions of dollars. Y'all acquired enough of our personal our personal properties. Then you've gotten enough out of us. I accept the fact that being a middle-class worker makes you a slave. I accept that. We're a slave race. But here in America, we're slaves with benefits. And they're trying to take away our benefits. And that's completely unconstitutional, ladies and gentlemen. You have a good one. We'll talk later. Bye.